I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good morning, Susan Weeks. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful day?
I'm going absolutely brilliant, thank you, Angel. I've had a lovely run along the seafront this morning. It's cold but bright and sunny, so that's really great for this time of year for us.
Well, that sounds wonderful. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm on the East Yorkshire coast in England.
All right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
Well, I would have to say podcasting. I've got two hats for podcasting. I am a host. I run the Stitchery Stories textile art podcast that I set up in the summer around my hobby. And I also make it easy for busy entrepreneurs to develop, launch and support a podcast. So two podcasting hats.
Ooh, so you're a podcast support. I love that. Definitely needed in this industry. Definitely needed.
Yes.
I think immediately tell us, where can we connect with you?
Oh, thank you. You can get me on podcastprogress.com. That's my main podcast website. And you can find me all over the place. You can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn particularly as well. So thank you.
That's wonderful. Yeah, you're welcome. So who did you learn these skills from?
Well, a variety of places, like we do with lots of things, but primarily from a training company called VA Classroom. They run VA Classroom University, and I did their podcasting class a couple of years ago now. But before that, I was working on a client's podcast for around 4 or 5 years. So a lot of practical skills plus, and then I keep up with the industry as well, obviously. So lots of places.
That's wonderful. I mean, now that you've been doing it, I'm guessing you've seen the ups and downs. Why will you continue to repeat this skill, nevertheless, of helping others with podcasts, amongst other things?
Yeah, it's really, I think I enjoy the podcasting myself, and I like to create clarity and simplify the strategy and Tame Technology, we'll laugh about that, for my podcast clients, so that all they have to do is turn up and talk. So, and I do everything else. So it's something that I enjoy and my clients enjoy as well.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that, right? Being able to show up and just record is definitely, it definitely adds to the craft, right? That you just need to show up and be who you are as the interviewer or interviewee.
Exactly. You don't have to get bogged down with everything else. So that's the way I do things for people. So
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Well, I always learn new skills, and I go running on an early morning. I don't run every day, but I run every other day, 3-4 times a week I run.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel brilliant, really energized and ready to start the day, because I get up very early to go running. I can't seem to do it later on. It has to be early morning or nothing.
Yeah. Suggest to someone that's listening out there why they should do what you've done by carving out that morning period for your fitness.
It's just, as I say, it gets you really ready to start the day, and you know that you've done it. The day doesn't get away from you, and then it gets to, later on, I think, I haven't been running yet. You know you've done it already, and everything else will just happen on. And then the learning thing, well, it's an information economy now, isn't it, these days? So we need to keep up and just keeping up with everything that's going on. So there we are.
That's wonderful. Well, amazing audience, you're hearing it live here from Susan Weeks. Again, you can connect with her via podcastprogress.com. Susan, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water.
Sounds beautiful.
Susan, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Well, it has to be making a paper key so that my friend and I could escape school, go to her house, open the locked door with the paper key and find a dressing up outfit, a nurse's dressing up outfit. There we are.
Wow. How old were you in this memory?
We were 5. I think it was in our first few weeks at primary school, and we wanted to escape.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
I think it's the sheer silliness of thinking that a paper key would open locks. We're very optimistic, obviously. And I think it was also the first and last time that I ever tried to leave school in a school day, you know?
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Do you know, I've absolutely no idea. It was just, I think, the sense of adventure and optimism. Let's just go for it and try, even though it was clearly a very silly adventure. And I still have that attitude today. Let's go and try and see what happens.
That's amazing. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Oh, be my guest.
I do love the idea of your imagination at that point in time. Most definitely, I love the fact that there are paper keys now, right? Well, keys that are thin as paper. Isn't that fascinating?
Absolutely. So there I was 40 years in advance, or longer than that, yeah.
Yeah, I would say you were progressive, just like podcast progress is right now.
And the lovely thing about that story is I am still friends with that girl. 47 years later, we are still friends, and we still laugh about the paper key.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. If we fast forwarded to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
No, this is a time of musical conflict. I'd been an ABBA fan, an avid ABBA fan for a long time. And they'd had about 3 records in the top 100 in that year. But the first record, it was not a record, a cassette tape I ever bought, was the Boomtown Rats album called The Boomtown Rats. So I went from ABBA to punk.
That's amazing. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I am.
Susan, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I have, my son.
Are you married?
Not anymore.
Do you have children?
Yes, just with a 1.
All right. Do you believe in God?
Not really.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Not at all.
Oh, wow. What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Sadly, it's more than 8, yes.
All right. If you had to share with us, Susan, your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Susan Weeks, what would you say that is?
Be friendly, be kind, be true, be the best you can, do the best you can, and above all, be happy.
Love it. Susan Weeks, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Just what I said at the start, I really love helping, busy entrepreneurs to podcast easily. And so if you want to think about the power and possibilities that podcasting can bring to your business, then by all means, give me a shout and see how I can help you.
I love it. Susan Weeks, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.